Well, this box is so full it won't even close. Another week of boxing. I'm so excited. I'm so curious to see what's in here. I don't know. It'll be a surprise to me as a surprise to you. So when I do the video, you'll excuse me if I have to write down the names of the titles of the books because I'll forget. And I need to put it in the description. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, KRSTINA. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music. If you could go check out Flashback Mondays, where we talk about all the books in Romantic Kind Book Review magazine, recap Star Trek Next Generation on Fridays, although that's coming to an end soon. And if then Friday afternoons. If you like this author, then maybe you like that author. And who knows? Maybe you'll like something in here that's a little on the elder side. If you think Flashback Monday's old, it's only 2013. We've had some books from these boxes from the 80s. I had one the 2 weeks ago from the 50s. Who knows? I have no idea. And where are my glasses? I have no idea. These will be going to local charities and a local church after this. Let's see. Our Souls at Night. Ken HARUF. Just write this down. Ken HARUF. Ken HARUF. Our Souls at Night. In the familiar setting of Holt, Colorado, home to all of Kent Huff's and inimitable fiction, Addie Moore pays an unexpected visit to neighbor Lewis Waters. Her husband died years ago, as did his wife, and in such a small town they naturally have known each other for decades. In fact, Addie was quite fond of Lewis's wife. His daughter lives hours away in Colorado Springs, her son even farther away in Grand Junction. Addie and Lewis have been living alone in houses now empty of family. The nights feel so terribly lonely, especially with no one to talk to. Their brave adventure, their pleasures, and their difficulties are hugely involving and truly resonant, making Our Souls at Night the perfect final installment to their beloved writer's enduring contribution to American literature. Souls at Night. I need to put this back over there. It's mine. Good Lord. We know this guy well, don't we? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to look. 2015. Not so old. And here we go. Mr. Grisham. John Grisham. The Brethren. Trumbull is a minimum security federal prison, a camp home to unusual sort of relatively harmless criminals, drug dealers, bank robbers, splinters, embezzlers, tax evaders, 2 Wall Street crooks, 1 doctor, at least 5 lawyers, and the former 3 judges who call themselves the Brethren, 1 from Texas, 1 from California, and 1 from Mississippi. They meet each day in the law library, their turf at Trumbull, where they write briefs, handle cases for other inmates, practice law without a license, and sometimes dispense jailhouse justice. And they spend hours writing letters. They are fine-tuning a mail scam, and it's starting to really work. The money is pouring in. Then their little scam goes awry. A-W-R-Y. A-W-R-Y. It ensnares the wrong victim, a powerful man on the outside, and a man with dangerous friends, and the Brethren's days of quietly making time are over. And it's off. 2000. So this book is 25 years old. And it's in pretty good shape. The jacket needs to be taped in the back. It's got an itty bitty rib. But other than that, for a 25-year-old book, it's pretty good. I've got some, we're going to do some mass markets next week, and some of those are, good Lord, disintegrating. I like a hardcover. I do. Good Lord. Have you seen this one hanging around? The Girl on the Train, Paula Hawkins. Rachel takes the time to commuter train every morning and every night. Every day she rattles down the tracks, flashes past a stretch of cozy suburban home, and stops at the signal that allows her to daily watch the same couple breakfasting on their deck. She's even started to feel like she knows them. Jess and Jason, she calls them. Their life as she sees it is perfect, not unlike the life she recently lost. Until today, and then she sees something shocking. It's only a minute until the train moves on, but it's enough. Now everything changed. Unable to keep it to herself, Rachel goes to the police. But is she really as unreliable as they say? Soon she's deeply entangled not only in the investigation, but in the lives of everyone. Has she done more harm than good? 2015. Oops. Paula Hawkins. Not a clue. Not a clue. Do you recognize this name? Because I don't. I don't know if I can pronounce it correctly either. MARKUS ZUSAK. It's thick and it's heavy. Oh, and depressing. It's 1939, Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier, and it's become busier still. At her brother's gravesite, Liesel Memminger's life is changed when she picks up a single object. Partially hidden in the snow, it's the grave digger's handbook, left there by accident, and it's her first act of book thievery. So begins a love affair with books and words as Liesel, with the help of her accordion-playing foster father, learns to read. Soon she's stealing books from Nazi book burnings, the mayor's wife's library whenever there are books to be found. But these are dangerous times. When Liesel's foster family hides a Jew in their basement, Liesel's world is both opened up and closed down. Interesting. Ah, we had this guy in the last box. This jacket needs to be fixed too. Michael Crichton. Timeline. Michael Crichton's new novel opens up on the threshold of the 21st century. It's a world of exploding advances on the frontiers of technology. Information moves instantly between 2 points without wires or networks. Where are we today? Computers are built from single molecules. Where are we today? And a group of historians can enter literary life in 14th century feudal France. Imagine the risks of a journey. Not since Jurassic Park has Michael Crichton given us a magnificent adventure. Okay. Let's see. 1999. Michael Crichton. Did you like Jurassic Park? The Informant, Thomas Perry. A Butcher Boy novel. The Butcher Boy is back. Thomas Perry's vengeful assassin who turned on his mafia clients and helped his author win an Edgar Award in 1983 has been quiet for a decade. Now one of crime fiction's most memorable killers has returned to play a deadly psychological game with Elizabeth Warren, the only Justice Department official who ever believed he existed. The Butcher Boy knows Warren can help him hunt down the mafia boss who sent a team of hitmen to kill him, and in return, he offers her key information that will help her crack an unsolved murder. So begins a new assault on organized crime and an uneasy alliance between opposite sides of the law. As Butcher Boy works his way ever closer to deadly enemy in an effort to kill him first, Waring is in a desperate struggle either to force her unlikely ally to become a protected informant or to take him out of commission for good. Thomas Perry. And let's look here. 2011. These are going to have to go down here. They're not going to fit. Prelude to Terror. Helen MacInnes. We got some yellow going on here. Let's see. MACINNES. At the start, Collins Grant's assignment seems a curious but welcome adventure. Discreetly approached by an attractive, sophisticated woman in a New York art gallery, he is invited to a clandestine late-night meeting to learn the details of her strange offer. As an art consultant on vacation, Grant is to fly to Vienna and with a letter of unlimited credit is to purchase an auction regardless of competing bid. A painting by the Dutch master Ruysdael. Grant's fee is generous, but not unexpectedly so, considering the wealth of his client, a well-known collector and financier. To protect the present owner of the painting, a libertarian planning to escape from communist Hungary to the West, Grant was pledged to keep his mission a secret. In Vienna, the atmosphere of adventure abruptly becomes lethal. Grant is stunned to discover he is the key piece in a sinister puzzle, a conspiracy resorting to deception, fraud, kidnapping, murder to unleash bloody international terrorism. Now we can just do it from within. 1978. Whoa. Look at the good condition this book was in. It's in good condition. See, people used to treat their books good. Let's try this. People should take their names off boxes before they donate them. They don't even think about that. Remember, if you use a box, take your name off of it. Ah, it's on the inside too. Okay, this is big. Oh, Balducci, Last Man Standing. Okay. Since his astounding debut novel, Absolute Power, David Balducci has delivered a series of stunning best-selling thrillers. It took 10 seconds for Webb London to lose everything: his friend, his team, his reputation, point of the FBI's super elite hostage rescue team. Webb roared into a blind alley toward a drug dealer's lair only to meet a high-tech, custom-designed ambush and killed everyone around him. Now coping with blame-filled words of anguish, widows, and the suspicious of colleagues, Webb tries to put his life back together with the help of a psychiatrist, Dr. Claire Daniels. To do so, he must discover why he was the one man who lived through the ambush. But, let's see. We've got a dedication, not from the author. The book must have been a gift. And, Courtyard Marriott letterhead. Plane ticket. I'll have to destroy this. See, this book was in Pennsylvania. Balducci. You'll never know what you find in books. A long, long time ago. It wasn't me, it was somebody else. But she said that she found $50 in a book once. Wouldn't that be nice? Then you could actually buy the book. Ah, Linda Howard, she's still around today. We still do her in Flashback Monday. I enjoy the heck out of these unboxing because I don't know what's in them. I'm looking to be surprised. Just a season for mistletoe and holly. I could have used this for my Christmas stuff. Maybe we'll save it for next year. Gabriel McQueen has only just arrived home on holiday leave from the service when his county sheriff father sends him back out again with a new marching orders, a brewing ice storm, and a distant neighbor who's fallen out of contact. Have the local lawman concerned, so he enlists Gabriel to make the long haul to the middle of nowhere and make sure that Lally Helton is safe and sound. It's a trip the younger McQueen would rather not make, given the bitter winter weather and the icy conditions that have always existed between him and Lally. Oh, so he knew her. Let's see, 2009. Ice. Oh, that's in good condition. Uh, well, this jacket needs a little work. It's got some holes in it. Helen McManus. I don't know whether MACINNES. Somebody put a dot over the Cloak of Darkness. You know, later on, that would be a vampire book, but this is not. When Bob Rennick left NATO to establish internal a counter-terrorist agency operating under the legitimate cover of worldwide engineering consultants, he knew grim work would be routine, but he was not prepared for the minus list. Exports consolidated an established American manufacturer had recently switched from farm equipment so sophisticated, military hardware, arms, combat devices, explosives. In total secrecy, it had joined with a highly guarded, ultra-private European munitions. Combined together, they are operating hidden training camps in remote areas and are supplying everything necessary for violent subversion, sabotage to guerrilla warfare. Who knew that years later the enemy would be within 1982? Ah, yeah. Ellen MACINNES. Need to make a list. All right, let's get to it here. Ugh. Oh, there's another one by her. The jacket needs a little work. Agent in Place. Oh, these are book clubs. There's no price or anything on the jacket. Do you belong to a book club? Have you ever heard of a book club? And ARCs. Do you know what an ARC is? ARC. Advanced Reader's Copy. They send it out to select people for reviews. Final copies that really haven't had final proofreads. And sometimes, as you know, they get through and you'll see some. I had a book recently that they missed a spelling. It was HTE, instead of the. It was. 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 It Among the more dangerous pieces on the chessboard of espionage are the gullible idealist in a position of trust and constantly vulnerable agent in place. When the idealist is duped to reveal sensitive information, when the agent in place is forced into the open, disaster strikes. The NATO memorandum, classified top secret, is the lethal prize sought by the Soviet intelligence in the deadly game that continues relentlessly beneath the dubious veneer of Dante. A cryptic phone call to Russia, a sleeper in Washington, a mugging of unidentified man in New York Central Park, an anonymous leak to the press of one section of NATO memorandum, and Helen in his new adventure is launched. Who knew the enemy was within? 1976. No cell phones, no computers. You had to do stuff the old-fashioned way with a payphone. These are interesting. MYLA Goldberg, Times Magpie. There's a map in here. This is in pretty good condition. Let's see. Prague's personality is expressed as much by its obvious beauty as by its overlooked details. The unforgettable place is brought to life by acclaimed author MYLA Goldberg, a former Prague expat whose first novel, Bee Season, captivated so many with unique voice and exhilarating prose. MYLA lived in Prague in 1993, just as the process of westernization was getting underway. The city straddling a past is wished to shed, and a future is eager to embrace. In 2003, she returned to see what the pursuit of capitalism had wrought, and to observe the integral ways in which Prague's character had endured. So what's the 2004? Oh, we know him. Vince Flynn, Lethal Agent. A toxic presidential election is underway. Where have I heard that before? Already badly weakened by internal divisions. Where have I heard that before? While politicians focus entirely on maintaining their own power. Where have I heard that before? And privilege, ISIS kidnaps a brilliant French microbiologist and forces him to begin manufacturing anthrax. Sickly produced videos chronicling his progress and threatening an imminent attack are posted to the internet, intensifying the hysteria gripping the U.S. Try the enemy within is. There are going to be books on this for decades. 2019. This is pretty new. Gone by Morning. Michelle Weinstadt Miller. As the heat rises on New York summer days, a suicide bomb set off in a Times Square subway station nearly claims the life of 68-year-old ex-Madam Kathleen. Then a woman is brutally murdered, her body dumped on a marshy beach in Queens. The woman, Sharon, was last seen by 26-year-old Emily, a deputy press officer working at City Hall, getting into a car in front of the building where she and Kathleen both live in far upper Manhattan. Emily requests an autopsy report from the chief of the NYPD, but she doesn't realize the gravity of using her position to gain information. Things turn deadly when a bomb is planted in her building, gutting it with a raging fireball. Kathleen, Emily, and Emily's 2-year-old daughter, Sky, barely escape with their lives. Let's see. 2021. Discard. Why? Why? The book is in good condition. I guess nobody was reading. This is like the fourth book in this series from him. The darkest evening of the year. With let's see, Amy Redwing has dedicated her life to the Southern California organization she founded to rescue abandoned and endangered golden retrievers. Among dog lovers, she's a legend for the risk she'll take to save an animal from abuse. Among her friends, Amy's heedless devotion is often cause for concern. To Brian McCarthy, whose commitment can't allow herself to return, Amy's behavior is far more puzzling and shattering secret. Let's see. 2007. Oh, another one by that lady, Helen McInnes. And this is really worn. It's got some damage there. Chance is the trigger that unleashes this whirlwind adventure. It unexpectedly brings Nina O'Connell and Robert Renwick face to face on a sunlit street in Amsterdam. Their last meeting has been in Geneva 6 years before, a time when Nina, 15, thought herself in love with this American Army major attached to NATO. The years Nina notes have made Bob even more attractive. The years Renwick notes have transformed that pretty, enchanting girl into a beautiful, poised woman. In a nearby cafe, they exchange news. Nina is off on a lark, an exposed free trip for a small group of students across Europe, the Near East, India, and finally the United States. Renwick is leaving NATO and the Army to join a company of consulting engineers. Neither description is accurate. They're hiding something. 1980. Fix this. There we go. 1980. Oh, paperback. Safely Home, Randy Alcorn. A little on the yellow side. Safely Home. Is this the day I die? Quinn stiffened at the shout behind him. The voice rang with authority of the Gang Anjou, the Public Security Bureau. You meet in the night like criminals you are. How dare you defy the law? In 3 minutes, Garbo says matter-of-factly, will shoot every man and woman and child who does not declare himself loyal. Where have I heard that before? Oh, good God, the font on this is like 6 or 8. 2001. The print is massively small. Oh, him again. This jacket has been worn. Cat and mouse. Mr. Patterson. I do not think this is an Alex Cross one. Oh, no, it is. So then I did it for my video. If it's I did all of the Alex Crosses for my video, so please go check those out. In Cat and Mouse, two things get close to home. Two killers. One operating in America, one in Europe. Believe Alex is the only worthy opponent in the deadly game each has planned. And Alex must contend with something else he hasn't known since the loss of his wife. He's falling deeply in love. And this romance will make him and her all the more vulnerable. And Gary Sanjay is back. Go check out my video for this one. Death Climbs a Tree. Sarah Hoskinson Fromer. Well, somebody wrote in this. Joan Spencer, manager of the local civic symphony, is up a tree when one of her top violinists deserts the orchestra right before a concert. Sylvia is looking for publicity in protest of a local environmental unfriendly construction project. But before she can be talked down peacefully, Sylvia crashes to the ground right at the feet of Joan's son Andrew and is clearly no accident. For Joan, the question of who knocks Sylvia into the next world becomes far more interesting than making sure the orchestra is ready for the next big event. Could Sylvia have been killed by the shifty contractor who's always nearby? The Earth freedom fighters who defaced his equipment? The source of the mysterious moving lights in the woods late at night? Or does all the evidence point to Andrew himself? 2005. Ah, oh, this is a teen book. I should put it with the teen stuff. Nevermore or young adult. No, higher than young adult. Late teens. I would say late teens. Are you ready for the final chapter? Are you ready for the ultimate fight? Because this is it. I don't know why they. This would have sold. We gotta take the tape off of it though. And it's brittle. I'll have to try and figure out how to get that off. And our last book, by someone we know and have already seen in this box. Vince Flynn, Consent to Kill. For years, Mitch Rapp's bold actions have saved the lives of countless Americans. He has killed with impunity, tortured to divert a disaster, and shown he will do whatever it takes to prevent terrorists from fulfilling their bloody wishes. He battles for peace and freedom have made him a hero to many and an enemy to countless more. This isn't gonna work today though. 2005. So that's the end of this box. It's all empty. Was it interesting? Was this box interesting to you? Did you find anything of interest that you'd want to look into? Find anything you want to read? These are interesting. And of course, we've done this one, so you could check out my video. And don't forget to watch Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Friday, Flashback Mondays, and If Done on Fridays, and all my daily book reviews. We just did my new JD Robb the other day. So look at that. I'm reading as fast as I possibly can. I do 15 videos a day. No one, not a week. 15 videos a week. My cats get more views than I do. Spread the word. Let people know I exist. Thank you. Have a good one.